Sam Robson scored his third 100 of the summer as his Middlesex side continued to dominate proceedings against the current LV County Championship leaders Sussex on the second day of the match at the Brighton Hove Jobs.com ground in Hove. The visitors had the better of the opening day and so resumed their first innings on 44 without loss in reply to Sussex's 229 all out. Robson and Malan added 16 more runs in the morning's first 4 overs. But then the latter edged James Anyon behind to go for 32. Joe Denley looked in a real hurry from the moment that he came to the crease as he produced an innings which started to put his side well on top. When straightforward defensive shots fly off the bat to the boundary, you know that you're in good nick. That's what Robson did early on before he struck pretty much everything on offer to the fence. Robson turned a few heads at the start of this season with bags of runs at the top of the order with Chris Rogers. He's had less success of late. He hasn't featured in one-day cricket, which has meant that he has had less time out in the middle, and his side's recent form has followed suit. Effectively, if Robson scores runs, then Middlesex do well, and so the whole side would have been thrilled with these strokes. Denley was perhaps even better. Twice he took 3 boundaries off a single over as he concentrated on attack. One of those overs was delivered by Chris Jordan, who Denley went after to move past his 50 of only 64 balls. Robson was at his mark 3 overs later as this pair were making serious inroads into the Sussex total. That was the opener's 6th 4, which took him to his half-century of 99 deliveries. Denley's innings was magnificent. He was especially fluent off Jordan, who he top-edged for a 6 as he headed to lunch with Middlesex in a very strong position. In only 27 overs together, this pair added 120 runs, with Denley making 77 of those off 97 balls, his best in the championship this summer. But just after the break, he turned McGoffin to Chris Nash at mid-wicket to drag himself off at 180 for 2. It wasn't too long before Middlesex were ahead with only 2 men out once that Robson and Adam Voges, fresh from his outstanding performance on debut for the county in the defeat to Warwickshire last week, started to bed in together. That's what makes this championship season so wonderful. Each side appears capable of beating the other, and having been largely outplayed by the champions last week while Sussex were thrashing Somerset in Taunton to go top, Middlesex would have not been expected to be dominating this match as they were now. Certainly the likes of Jordan and Anyon were not at their best, although with the lead standing at only 1 run, the latter did get shot at Voges, although the batsman could only blame himself rather than congratulate the bowler. Robson thereafter made steady progress, moving from 84 to 98 after that dismissal in 11 overs, before he received the ball he was looking for from Monty Panesar, one he slapped to the boundary for his 13th 4 to get to 3 figures from 183 deliveries. It was a mightily important knock as far as his team were concerned too. The Middlesex captain, Neil Dexter, decided that, with his side in such a good position, that he should now put the foot further down on their throats. With one hand, he drove Panesar over mid-off for a maximum, something he matched with a pull-off Nash as Middlesex headed to the tea break, with a very good lead already under their belts. Yet the pitch was by no means a featherbed. All of the batsmen were beaten as at times the ball moved and in particular bounced plenty. But Robson was equal to it all as he once again moved to the top of the run-scoring charts in the championship this summer with an innings right out of the top drawer. He added an impressive 102 with Dexter in 26 overs, Dexter falling just 2 short of his 50 when he lost his off-stump to McGoffin, for whom this was his 47th wicket of the championship season. That wicket had come with the second new ball, which started to even cause Robson some difficulties. But he and John Simpson battled through a tough stage of the game to keep their side ahead against a team which has not lost in the 4-day game this summer. They are the only side in the top flight with such a record, although it was now being threatened as the lead passed 150. Another glorious straight drive now took Robson to his 150. That was his 21st 4 from his 244th delivery in what had become a top knock in the searing heat on the south coast. And he hadn't finished yet. He added a 6 to those 4s as he helped Panesar over the ropes with ease. Panesar soon had his revenge, however. Robson advanced down the pitch again but was bowled by a ball which did turn, but hardly bounced at all, hitting the base of the stumps. Robson's brilliance ended on 166, by which time he'd taken his side 165 runs ahead. Sussex now had 45 minutes left in the day to drag themselves back into this game, but they were denied any more wickets by Simpson and Berg. Middlesex know that they really need to win this game to get themselves back in the hunt for a title they last won back in 1993. They dominated their match with Sussex at Lord's without finishing it off. They have bags of time to complete the victory this time though. They'll be helped by Stephen Finn, who now has a point to prove after being left out by England. He should enjoy this pitch too. He'll have the ball in his hands at some point on day 3, which will begin with Middlesex on 445 for 5 and with a lead already of 216 runs.